All right, we are back from our break. Back to this mess we call the Cenotaph.
You don't have to
Um,
call it out like that. Like we know, but you don't have to put words to it. God.
so, Pitchfork, you hear gunfire coming from the stairwell along with screams of, like, surprise and terror. But you're a little occupied right now.
Hmm.
Um, I think the runts that are down here, they are ready to get involved if you call upon them, but they're also like pretty lightly armed in comparison to the burden that are here. They outnumber them badly, of course, and this is a close in space. What are you gonna do?
Hmm. I am. I kind of. I want to use a shield. I want to like chuck another grenade and hide behind a shield. Honestly, like not like a frag grenade, but like another flash grenade. Stun them and then just like bash them upside the head and like let's get out through this staircase while Dredge is keeping the others busy.
Okay. Um. All right. So, what are you going to? Considering how close things are, I think using a grenade is a desperate action.
Fair.
Like even if you are like trying to grab a piece of furniture to shield yourself from the results, it is you know, it is very close. um but again, that'll be are you using battle or struggle again?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that'll be desperate standard.
Okay. Cool. Here we go again. Uh Desperate Standard, 2 dice. Here we go.
Oh
That's not good.
no.
That's not great.
That's a 3 and a 1.
That's bad.
Ugh.
That's a roll that you just rolled. Ooh.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. So I think these burden people, like, they see you. Where do you keep your grenades?
Um, Probably like breast pocket area. They're
Okay.
probably like on a yeah, on a clip or something there.
Okay. Um. They see you reach for uh this grenade, and while you're distracted for a moment, as you like, no, you're distracted by one of them like rushes. Uh, hmm. What do they do? I think one of them throws a chair at you as you're like trying to grab the grenade, which distracts you for a moment, and then
He sure
as
is waiting.
as you like recover, there's a third one is in your face and like grabs you by the wrist and turns you and slams you against the wall. And as that happens, you realize you've pulled the pin from the flashbang still on your chest, and it goes off with you like pressed up against the wall. Take level 3 harm, um, scorched.
I want to resist that.
Fair. How do you resist this?
Let's see. I think I just want to like d- in the moment where that chair is being thrown to begin with, um like I kind of want to just like keep my cool and sidestep like at the right moment. Get out of the way.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably prowess. Give me a prowess roll.
All right. Sting with prowess.
This will lower your harm from 3 to 1, and it won't be scorched. That's a 4.
2. Okay, 2 stress.
Yeah. So you dodge out of the way of this chair, and so you see the other person coming. So you get like you're more prepared for them as they rush you, and so they aren't able to like grab a hold of you and control your body, and so instead they just like running front kick you back into the crowd of the runts. So you like don't pull the pin on the grenade as you lose your balance. So take level 1 harm booted.
Yeah. I actually want to declare armor for that.
Okay.
So there's more load. I think that... Is that all my load? No, I have 1 left. Okay.
Yeah, so the like chest or the bottom of their foot meets your chest, and you like just like take a step back as you're not nearly as injured as you otherwise would have been.
Yeah, I'm winded for a moment, but yeah.
You're still in this. Okay, tower. You're at ground level. You're hurt.
Yeah.
You still have the level 3 harm, right?
What?
Or no, sorry,
No.
you resisted or
It was a level 2.
level 2, right? Sorry, my apologies.
Sorry, I got very scared there.
Yes, no, level 2 is correct. My mistake. So yeah, you're in the remains of this like lean-to, catching your breath. You can hear gunfire on the 3rd floor, and echoing through the 1st floor from the stairwells.
I'm going to make a character decision and say that Tower is just absolutely fucking panicking right now. This was not how they wanted this to go, even a little bit.
Fair.
They are like dredge dipped in acid. You know, that kind of panicking. So, I think what they're going to do is they're going to take their only cash out of what they've got on them. Give it to whoever was in the little hut that I just crushed, and then like bolt off.
So to be clear, if you have a physical representation of cash that is meaningful outside, like, it is 1 load. Because...
Okay, sorry, I wasn't clear on that.
No, that's fair.
Fuck.
Leave them an IOU.
That's not gonna work.
Start another long-term project to pay someone back.
I've already got one going. I need to buy someone a truck.
We're starting a project to make some projects.
Yeah.
Tower with the
think what they-
mortgage.
I think what they do then is they like do the butt pocket pat, like trying to find something, and then they like yell sorry and just like run off, but like not really run because they've got a broken rib, so they kind of just
So they hobble off.
they kind of just like limp off.
Jesus.
They're going to try and remember where this person is to try and fix things, but you know, these are some choices that they've made.
And so where do you hobble off to?
I think I'm gonna try and get down the fire escape.
You mean get up? You're on the 1st floor.
Oh, no, doesn't the fire escape go down?
Oh, like emergency stairs Fire
Yeah,
escape
doesn't it
stair.
go down to the...
Oh, if you're going down to the basement,
The babies are still up there.
yeah, there's a gunfight going up on the third floor.
I'm doing so badly at this. Shit.
Also, to be clear, the fire escape stairwell is currently blocked by the magpie.
Could I like radio into Dredge and say like, how feasible is it to carry people on the magpie? Like on, not in, on.
Oh,
Well, it's not going as well as I planned.
so a note, Scarecrow. Like as you're outside of this building in the Arquebusier, you watch as Tower pulls themselves from the wreckage of a lean-to, like not far away from your feet. That's all. I just wanted to put that detail in there. That in Tower there's an Arquebusier towering over you.
Do I know that this is Scarecrow's Arquebusier?
I mean,
There was comm chatter, but you are also panicking, so who knows?
yeah.
I was falling out of a building, probably. So, you know,
I think then what would happen then is, as you're getting up, like, as much I don't think the Arquebusier is the most expressive Avi, but it like leans like a half degree towards you, and you hear on comms, you hear Scarecrow say, "You okay there, Tower?"
I am. Could you like get me up to the third floor? There are some babies up there.
Scarecrow, you just like tilt your head upward and you can see a gunfight between two groups of people going on the third floor.
Okay.
Things were supposed to not go like this.
Okay. So I have one question: do Arquebusiers have hands?
They do. The machine guns are like a Gatling gun around their wrists.
Okay. Well, in this case, it's time for an Iron Giant moment. Hand extended.
So Tower, you get in the hand?
Yeah, I get into the hand.
And I think we're going to take a casual stroll across the street and place Tower on the third floor.
Okay, you don't need to cross the street. It's just the building you're at. That Tower fell out of where this is going on.
Okay.
But yeah, you can so yes, this is going to be a roll to get Tower up there safely. It's a sort of a combination of the bullets whizzing out of the third floor windows from the gunfight, and also your unfamiliarity with operating the Arquebusier.
Fair.
So what do you want to roll?
Can I maneuver?
You can. That would be limited effect. And I would say that this is risky.
I'll take limited effect. Because I have nothing to manipulate.
Yeah, that would be the role to go for. Okay, so risky limited. Tower, or Tower's life is in your literal hands.
I'm flying, Jack.
Shit!
Oh no, that's a 2.
When I said most people remember, I did not want it to go like this.
Let's see.
No. I like having a character that is alive.
Yeah, so what happens is that it takes you a longer than you'd care to admit to get Tower up there because of actually no, that's not what it is. You get Tower up there in fair time, but in the meantime the Burden have whittled down the Runts in this gunfight. Because although they have more numbers, the Runts are badly outgunned. The Burden have an assault rifle and some submachine guns. The runts have a handful of pistols. So, yeah. With that clock, like a 6-tick clock representing all, I think I said there was like 30 runts total. So, that's like 10 of them dead. Or well, not necessarily dead, but badly injured.
Can I resist that?
How are you resisting it?
I mean, I think there's a very loud dog outside. I'm sorry. I mean, I think, like, could we manipulate it so I do some more bullshit mech climbing and I just, like, climb up the arquebusier and jump into the building as opposed to, like, waiting?
Yeah, you can absolutely, like,
stuff to happen?
spring off of the arquebusier to get in there faster.
Yeah. So is that prowess?
Yeah, that's absolutely prowess.
Okay, 2d6.
I thought you'd be better at prowess.
I know, I've only got 2 in it. I'm really good at finesse and prowl, but I have nothing in struggle or wreck because that's just not what I do.
True. That's a 4.
That's 2 stress, okay. I could take that.
Okay. So I will get rid of those ticks. So you get up there and, like, I think you can see that there are a couple of the burden people. They're about to flank the runts, but now that you're up here, you've blocked that avenue of maneuver for them. So what do you do now that you're up here?
Can I just say for a second, I've been playing a lot of Life is Strange, and this moment feels very familiar. No! Let's try this.
Yeah. I don't want to get crushed by a giant mech hand, and I don't want these babies to die.
Well, neither's happened yet. So what do you
Yay! Okay, so I think what Tower is going to do is I think they're going to, like, swoop out their little stun baton thing. And, like, I don't even know if they're being particularly careful. I just think they're, like, because there's a gunfight going on right now. So I think what they try to do is they try to, like, make their way to the back and start picking off people from the back.
Okay, what do you want to roll for this?
Prowl?
You can roll prowl. This will be desperate limited. No, risky limited, because there is a gunfight going on. You're not the primary target of the gunfight, but also, like, they are on high alert. They are not, like, they are facing you on top of that, so it's going to be a trick and a half to get behind them. It's not impossible, but...
Well, I do have level 1 harm, so that would have no effect. So,
you could trade position for effect.
I could do that. And that would get me an extra die. So yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Which would cancel out your 1d penalty for your broken rib.
Yeah. So...
And also
we're
get you
doing
an
that.
XP.
Yay!
Oh, Pitchfork, remember to mark XP for that grenade encounter.
Yep. Both of them.
Yeah. So,
Lovely.
So Desperate Limited. Roll those prowl dice.
This is a roll that I'm making right here.
Or do you want a devil's bargain or pushing yourself?
What's the devil's bargain?
I will add 1 tick to the question mark clock.
No, thank you.
Sasha, that was quite the reaction to that devil's bargain.
I don't like it is the thing. That's all. I extremely don't like it.
I'm scared of the unknown.
I have tossed away my theory on what that clock is. I don't know what it is, and I don't like it.
Okay, 3 dice. That's a 6.
That's a 6. Nice. Okay. So this will get you into a position like where they don't know you're there. It is not picking anyone off yet, but you are in a hidden position. They know of your existence probably, since they saw you before setting up explosives, but they don't know where you are.
Okay.
Describe what this looks like.
I mean, I'm half tempted to just say, like, with some of the stuff, like some of the leftover stuff from the climbing gear, I can just, like, hook onto the ceiling, but I think that's a little too extra. So...
I mean, this place probably has high ceilings, so if you want to...
I mean, I think I might just do that, actually. I think I might just Spider-Man it.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Can we change one of our reputations to just horrifying? Can we just do that?
I feel like if
You got the gross one, you got the spider one, you got the one with the grenades, and then you got the one that just starts killing people.
Then you got the murder one.
Okay. So speaking of the murder one, Scarecrow, you've placed tower on the 3rd floor. What are you doing now? You can see this gunfight going on. There's no way the arquebusier... Well, okay, I don't want to say there's no way the arquebusier is fitting inside the building, because if you wanted to try, I would not say no. But it is also not flexible in this... Like, the arquebusier is a hunchbacked AV. It is not nearly as flexible as many other AVs, let alone the Magpie.
Yeah. Okay, so here are some questions. So you've got the Runts and the
Burden.
Yeah, the Runts and the Burden. They're still separate. They're not like in a melee or anything yet.
No, they're separated by like 20, 30 feet maybe. The Burden, however, we're trying to like get around and get a flank on them, which they stopped doing when they saw Tower briefly. And now they're like, where the fuck's Tower? And so they're not going forward with that.
So Tower, you're above them, right?
Yeah, I'm on the ceiling. Or behind them, depending on the chronology.
How well communicated this?
I don't think I have. I mean, what would I have said? Like...
Okay, well, okay, so here's what's gonna happen, because you're there. I think Scarecrow needs a minute to futz with some systems that are on the fritz from the bullet holes to, get things up, just to explain the delay. And then she's gonna check in. Tower, what's your position? Because I think she's localized enough. Runts are over here, these guys are over here. And she has an idea, but she needs to know that you're not in the way.
Is on the ceiling in the way?
Sorry, have any of you played Contra 3 The Alien Wars for the SNES?
No.
That is a pull, my friend, and no.
I would have been like 2, so no.
Oh, well, there's a boss on the I think it's the 3rd level. It's my favorite boss of the game, and Contra is one of my favorite SNES games of all time. I have save states for the beginning of every single level. But anyways, this boss fight starts by you see 2 claws dig into the wall behind in the boss arena, and then it pulls the back wall open, and there's this giant skeleton which sticks its head in and then starts attacking. So
that is close to my plan.
Yeah, I googled it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Ray, what is Tower's response to the radio check-in? I don't want to just metagame. I don't want to just metagame this.
I think it's just like, I'm on the ceiling, so maybe don't break that. What? And don't, kill any of the children. Um, but apart from that, we're chill.
Roger that. Hold on to something.
Okay. What do I hold on to? I'm on the ceiling.
I mean, there's probably some ducts up there that you can grab onto.
Okay, yeah.
And you've
Grab
got
one
climbing
to-
gear.
So,
Yeah.
my plan is nothing quite so elaborate as. Instead, right between the closer to the bird inside, an arm will thrust through the wall, covering the hallway, and then sweep in their direction.
Okay.
The intent being to follow
Yikes.
through, take that arm all the way out the side of the building.
What do you want to roll for this?
That's some
Destroy.
murder.
Oh, it's a way to go.
Destroy? Yeah.
Oof.
All right. This is controlled great. Like
New clientele.
you're an AV smashing people with its fist. And these people don't exactly have a whole lot of space. They don't have anti-AV weapons.
I'd like to push this hobby.
Okay, I will mark
That's
a
one.
tick.
Yep,
All right.
I'm taking the extra dice.
I'm not gonna do it to you now, but I think I might have to increase that rule so that it's marking 2 ticks for pushing a temporary vehicle. So, because of the change to quirks,
That is fair.
but not for today, because that makes it a stolen AV better than a starting AV for the player.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that could be a move. That could be like a playbook move to have one that's actually really good with hijacked IVs.
Maybe in a future playbook. Actually, that would
That's a
work
fine.
for the double agent squad playbook. Something to keep in mind. But okay, you got a 5.
Yep.
Okay, so do you want a controlled consequence, or do you want to pull back, or do you want to, or do you want a controlled consequence and to follow through with the action, or do you want to pull back?
Controlled consequence.
You want the controlled consequence. Okay. What is it? The controlled consequence is that you are. Tower gets shaken loose, and let's see. Doesn't. What happens to them?
Please don't
No,
shoot me in the
Tower's competent. I'm not gonna do that. You know what? I'm just gonna add a tick to the mystery clock.
I'll have to accept that.
Ugh. Am I truly
Is Mr. Clock
competent?
disappear for anyone else?
I accidentally sent it to the GM lair, so I am.
Banished.
Yeah, I accidentally banished it.
That's what happens when you fill the clock.
Oh my god! I can never.
Do we get to find out what it is, or is this just like...
I think there's 1 tick left, isn't there?
After this, there'll be 1 tick. Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Assuming
Cool.
I can.
Oof.
How do I always manage to do this? It vexes me. And then I can never remember how to bring it back to reality. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna put another 6-tick clock down.
Oops, there goes gravity.
Okay. Roll 20. Ugh, you click the wrong thing and suddenly it's all gone. Alright. There we
Roll
go.
20.
5 out of 6 ticks. And that fills the burden clock. Because that was with great effect. So there will be no more burden joining this fight. So yeah, you just like blow your whole arm out of the side of this building.
Oh.
And so
Gonna have to go to the car wash.
rubble gets strewn throughout the street, just like these huge chunks of wall and rebar. And that definitely makes the building shake. But that gunfight stops because all of the burden that were up there are gone.
There's no one with guns to fight.
Yeah. Dredge. So although there will be no more burden joining this fight, we're going to resolve the dangerous situations that Pitchfork and Dredge are in. Note that dangerous varies greatly between their two positions. So Dredge, there's a couple people pulling out grenades in this enclosed hallway with the magpie blocking one end and a closed door at the other end, or not hallway, stairwell. What do you want to do?
Sorry, repeat that sentence, please.
So the magpie's head is blocking the first floor entrance of this stairwell.
Uh-huh.
And then the bottom of the stairwell further down leads to the sub-basement, the
Okay.
room where the Runts and Pitchfork are. In between there is a group of like a dozen Burden members, and some of them are pulling grenades.
Gotcha. So I have two ideas, and they're both bad.
Excellent.
There are the two things that we've established are at the end of the magpie's wrists are the demolitions, the fine demolition charges, and also this is the point where the shrouds come out.
Yep.
Um,
You know, it's a power move to body bag someone before you kill them.
Oh!
yeah. Phew. Okay, there's a change in tone in the knell, and this is warping it to a facsimile of human speech.
Oh God!
And it is a recorded message
don't.
that says, "Do not be alarmed. The magpie is here to collect the dead," and it ejects. And
Holy
it's going to try to net some of these poor things. These poor...
Holy shit. Okay, so you're pushing yourself by exhausting Ominous, right?
Oh yes. Yeah, that's what that is.
Fucking face.
Oh my god. All right, what are you rolling?
What? Okay. I mean that's a manipulate. That's a fine dexterity thing. I'm not.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
What position would this be? I think that this would be. I think it is risky because the grenades, if they get lucky, could damage the magpie. They're unlikely to, but also the confined spaces will like contain and concentrate the explosion. So yeah, risky great.
Cool beans.
Um
So I'm. What am I doing with ominous? I'm just spending it to get better. Is that position or?
I mean, you're already at great because you're an Avi acting against infantry.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So that's probably for an extra die, right?
That would get me up to 4 dice.
I mean that.
Which I've had worse luck before, so like fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah, there have been some fails on 3 dice.
That's a manipulate. Position risky. Effect great. 4 dice. It's a 5.
Yeah.
Glad I took that extra because the rest of those are failures.
God. We're rolling tonight.
We
Fuck.
sure are rolling some dice, huh?
We are sure rolling some dice.
Okay. So what sound does it make as the shrouds like shoot out? Is it like a thump? Or is it more of like a whip?
It's like a flip, yeah.
So you're Spider-Manning these web slinging these people?
Uh-huh.
I would like to put this Spider-Man back in the collider, please.
Okay. So you like
Penny Parker AU, holy shit.
is Dredge your spider Sona secretly?
Maybe.
Um so you whip two of these burden members and they like go tumbling down the stairs in these body bags that they're like partially contained in. I think one of them had pulled a grenade and like their body bag just explodes.
Oh.
Oof.
Uh
The worst of both worlds.
Oofa doofa. Well, at least they, died in a body bag. It's
I mean the body bag's a
Convenient.
mess, but
technicalities.
Yeah, did not have
Like
time
a
to
tube of toothpaste you just stepped on.
Jesus. I am going to fill that question mark clock
Oh.
as one of the consequences. The other is that another one throws a grenade at you, and it lands close enough to do a bit of damage. So take level 1 damage, shrapnelled.
Okay, does that push up into level 2? Because I've already filled up my level 1s.
Yeah, in that case, we'll say that it like
Maybe you
the
got hit by
magpie is
a-
beat up enough that it like gets through the rubber lining and hits like some of the joints. And so yeah, still level 2 shrapnel.
The magpie has a crick in its neck now.
It broke my hand. It's got, a little, it's got the little joints for the wrists all sticking out. Gross.
But I think like there's like not really any visible damage because the damage to the joints is like hidden by the
Right, yeah.
rubbery exoskeleton.
It's a skin. You can call it a skin.
The rubbery skin of the magpie. And so it just like it looks like they threw their heaviest weapon at you and did nothing, and in return you body bagged two of them and one of them exploded after being body bagged. And so like they just dropped their guns. They're
Yeah,
like
that's
and Hannah's like, "We surrender. We know when we're done." Do you want to say anything to them in this moment, or should I go to
do I?
Pitchfork?
I got a pitch. I don't have a cool thing to say here.
Okay.
I've done all the cool things that I am capable of doing.
Okay. So, Pitchfork, what are you doing? You're in this CQC fight. Do you remember your CQC?
Taught by the
It
boss.
took me a second to remember what CQC stands for. Sorry.
No problem. That was almost the name of Struggle. But
Oh.
but I like Struggle better. Felt more desperate.
I want to get out. I want to get out, like up through this fucking staircase. I want to lead a charge. I want to declare this fine melee weapon as a shield, and I want to bash some people aside. And they're probably gonna get trampled, and it's not my problem.
Okay. So you're just trying to get these people out of here by leading the charge. What do you want to roll for that?
Oh man. I do have 2 dice in struggle, but I kind of want to just use a wreck here. I'm gonna say wreck.
So that's less leading these people out of here and more leading them to just crush these 3 burden people.
That's fine, honestly.
So you're gonna lead a gang beating, a curb stomping?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
All right. Yeah, I think that this will be risky great. You outnumber them badly, but they still have machine pistols.
Yeah. Okay. That's one die in wreck. I may just roll that. Let's just see what happens.
Do you want a devil's bargain?
What would that be?
They get some shots off into the crowd before you're on them. That'll be one
Oh.
tick on the Rubble Runts
No,
clock.
thank you. No, no, no. All right.
Oh no! That's a 1!
Oh, that's not good.
Oh,
Oh, I don't
no.
like this.
Devil tried to save you.
I don't like that.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, so that is a failure and a risky consequence. So I think I think so, like, after you got kicked in amongst the crowd, you like pull out your shield and look to them, and you're about to rush in, and like you can see that they're like with you for a moment, and then there's a look of like horror on their faces, and you look back and you see that the 3 burden members, they've like regrouped, set up a firing line, and they just unload into the crowd. And because you've got your shield in front of you, you're okay. But 10 people takes grievous injury as they just unload. Like the whole front row of this crowd of runts just gets lit up. And because these are small caliber rounds, their bodies stop the people behind them from getting hurt.
I want to take a protect action.
So you'll take the consequence and then resist it yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, so you take level... So how do you protect them?
I think it's like noticing right before it's too late and like jumping in the way, like with the shield. Like I have to like use my body to cover too, because it's too big for me to get with just the shield, which is why I get hurt.
Yeah. Okay, so take the level 2 harm riddled. Are you going to resist it?
Yeah.
How are you going to resist it?
I think it's...
Are you going to cap it and whip your shield at them to try and lessen the incoming fire?
Yeah, I think it's... Yeah, I think it's like a dodge roll with the shield out to try to catch as much of it as possible, and it's like forward. It's towards them instead.
Okay. So that'll be level 1 harm grazed, I guess, instead, as your shield takes a good chunk of it.
All right. What?
This will be prowess.
Prowess? Okay. Resist. Prowess. 3 dice. There's a 6. Okay.
Nice. No stress.
All
And
right.
2 1s.
Yeah, well.
The 6 is the one that matters.
Uh-huh.
I know, it's just scary.
Okay. Alright. Does anyone want to try and help Pitchfork in the sub-basement?
Yeah, things have not been going well down here. That's like this.
That's what I came to do.
What is that?
So I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
So how do you do this, Dredge?
I think this is the hands, like they surrender, and the hands just sort of float past them and like push them out of the way down into the sub basement.
Push the burden members down, or the hands are pushing down?
The hands are pushing down.
Okay. Is there sensors on the hands so you can see what they're doing?
I feel like yes. I feel like that makes sense.
What do the sensors look like?
I think they are just sort of periodic cameras on the on maybe not the joints. That seems like a bad place to keep those. But so I originally described the magpie's hands as the fingers segment down into basically like tentacle shapes that can like contort and whatnot. So it is, I think, on the larger joints there are small cameras sort of embedded.
Okay. So you like put two hands down past past the surrendered burden people, probably knocking some of their guns away from them as you go.
Mhm.
And you get down to the like person-sized door with your hands.
I want to knock very politely. I don't do that, but yeah.
Yeah, so Pitchfork, the door at the other end of the room opens, and there's just like these two like Avi scale hands, like that you recognize being from the Magpie, just slither their way into the room. And I think everyone but you is like, what the fuck is that? Because it's definitely some horror movie bullshit as these two noodly ass hands come squeezing in through the doorway. And what are you doing, Dredge?
I'm just gonna grab the three.
Okay.
Just gonna go like that.
Yep. Okay.
Both hands.
Uh,
Because I don't think I have the precision that I did in the upper hallway, because I'm like a literally a basement lower.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna do my best.
Okay. This will be risky grade again. The
Yeah.
threat is not so much to you as it is to everyone in this room panicking.
Uh-huh. This feels still like a manipulate.
Yeah.
Do you need dice?
I would love some dice.
How you helping out there, Pitchfork?
I mean, like, I assume that these people are unsettled, so I'm going to take that opportunity and, like, probably body slam the one that's farthest away into the other two, so that grabbing is easier.
Nice.
Makes
Cool.
sense.
Alright.
That's risky.
Is that for dice or effect? Oh wait, you're already at great effect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Manipulate. Position is risky. Effect is
Infinite
great.
effect.
Dice is 4. Please. Please. It's 4 dice.
That's a 5.
It's a 5. I'll take it.
Yeah. Okay. What is the consequence? Okay, I think that the consequence is that the crowd of runts panic and they all like try and push for the doorway that the burden came out of, and in the process Pitchfork gets pushed down and trampled. So Pitchfork, take level 2 harm trampled.
Can I resist that?
How do you resist it?
I think for this, it's like... So I think I body slammed it, then ended up on the floor, and then like got trampled, or would have gotten trampled if I hadn't like really just like rolled really violently into the wall. Like as fast as possible, like seeing these like stampeding feet in front of me. Not very clean at all, very messy, but I'm doing my best.
Okay. So that'll be level 1 harm bruised instead.
Okay.
And make your prowess roll.
All right. There's another 6.
Whew.
Hey.
Nice.
Wait, sorry, what was the harm again?
Bruised. Level 1
Bruised.
bruised.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Pitchfork is on her game now. On her self-preservation game. Okay, so yeah, you body slam them into the waiting arms of the Magpie, which just catch them, squeeze them all together. Their arms are down. They're probably gonna have bad bruises in the morning. I don't think that the Magpie breaks anything, but you also mentioned that you weren't being especially gentle because of the difficulties in maneuvering a whole level below yourself.
That's accurate.
Yeah, so they're bruised, but they're alive. And the burden are removed as a threat from this mission. You have secured 15 of them, including the cell leader, Hannah Copeland, as captives. So now for that question mark clock, which has filled.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Scarecrow, you hear the rumble of jump jets,
Oh no.
and you turn and look, and
Oh no.
and 3 Tybalt class Myriad AVs land beside you. So the Tybalt is a melee, a brawler style. It's got basically an AV rapier, and sorry, I need to double check what it has. It's got a rapier, a shield. Oh, actually, sorry, you don't hear the rumble of a mobility suite. I thought they had one. They do not. They have a rapier, a shield, a machine gun, and armor. And so you hear them stomping towards you. And they don't attack. Instead, you hear over the comms, which, the AV comms, to be clear, not your personal comms. So this is targeted at the burden.
Yep.
You hear. Oh, sorry. I want to make sure that I get this person's pronouns right. Did I? Oh, I did not write down their pronouns. How about that? But I know what I would choose. So you hear this person, their voice comes over the Arquebusier's radio, and they say, "Burden member, what in the hell are you doing to this building? You're supposed to be gathering laborers for us."
Okay. Shit.
Fuck the Celestial Myriad.
I'm gonna stall, and I'm gonna assume there is some protocol for rough AVI hand signals to gesture comms busted.
Okay. All right. So you make that gesture, and you hear over the comms. Ugh. Saint Athalia. The damn thing's comms are busted. All right. And so the cockpit, the faceplate of the Tybalt in the middle slides forward and then down, revealing the cockpit. And then
Do I do it?
and then
Do I do it?
the jet the Tybalt makes a gesture indicating that you're supposed to open your cockpit so they can talk. So the two of you can talk. Also, the person in the cockpit is white person with a large build, appears to be in their mid-40s, and they're wearing priest's vestments.
Do I do it, guys?
Okay, I have a logistical question, which is I thought that you put the body of the previous pilot out somewhere that was not in the Avi,
Correct.
Yep.
like somewhere to be picked up.
Yep.
Is that not okay?
That is
So you cannot, in fact, weekend and Bernie's it because Bernie is not present.
no. Bernie also doesn't have a face.
Also a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, also an issue.
So, since I would like to backdate a little bit of stuff because I feel like with me not transmitting, we had a little bit of room to be like, hey guys, shit is happening.
Okay.
And I think what Scarecrow is going to say is, I can probably draw them off. But this is going to get bad. So I think, like, just to abstract that, we have incoming Avis, it's myriad, we are outgunned. I can do something bad.
By bad, you mean get into a fight, or by bad, you mean lead a merry chase?
Yes.
Both bad.
Yeah, I think, like, if you're gonna do something bad, kind of on your own for this. I don't have the mantis, and we're all...
With a flashback, you can
Yeah.
declare that any of your AVs are nearby.
I could, but I don't know that I want to.
Fair. I just want to
Okay.
remind everyone that's an option.
Yeah. I also think this is a very high pressure conversation. So it's going to go quickly. So I think what's going to come down to is, all right, get the hell out of here. You'll know when it happens.
You are
And so
in a burden
open.
neck, so
The second that his cockpit opens and he makes the gesture that I do the same, I fire into the cockpit
Mm-hmm.
with an Avi machine gun.
Yep.
Yeah, you do that.
Okay.
While simultaneously prepping the jump jets.
Let's see. This would be...
You really
This would
are
be
doing a lot
controlled.
of murder.
This would be controlled great, because they are not expecting this. And what are you gonna roll for this?
I'm going to guess. I'm gonna make a guess here that bombard does not work here, so it's gonna have to be destroy.
Okay, so the difference between battle and destroy is like opening up with both chain guns on the arms. It's just like very little precision kind of thing, right? Because destroy is about like uncontrolled, is overwhelming force.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm okay with that. Destroy it is. Is there a devil's bargain? Because I am sitting on 7 stress.
Devil's bargain. Well, if you wanted to push the arquebusier, you'd be adding a tick to the clock, to its clock, not spending stress.
I also have the option to spend stress.
Oh,
since-
you have traveling companion?
Oh wait, no, traveling command. Okay, no, that's only for my.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
Yep. That was unclear previously. It was something that was.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also want all my. I want to know all my options because I'm about to start fucking shit up.
Yeah.
To be clear, there were 3 type Tybalts, right?
Yes, there were.
Okay.
Your wanton destruction causes civilian casualties.
I'm not taking that bargain. But I will push the arquebusier.
Okay. I will add another tick to that clock.
So
it's
pushing for additional.
So it's like starting to fall apart at this point with how hard you're pushing it. It hasn't fallen apart yet. All right.
Double 6!
Holy shit!
Jesus Christ.
That is a crit on great.
Woo!
Oh my god. So that's 5 ticks on the Tybalt clock. Because you crit with a great. So you open up with both machine guns on the arquebusier from the arquebusier, and immediately the first round out of this smears the pilot in their cockpit, and their Tybalt drops like its strings have been cut, and so the other at the same time that happened, the one to its left was saw what was about to happen a split second before it did, but wasn't fast enough to stop it, and so it reached out with its shield to try and block the cockpit, which left itself open, and so you just rake the machine guns across it, and it's just shredded, parts, its armor goes flying off and it starts getting torn apart, and one of its limbs falls off, and then it explodes as its machine gun magazine ignites. And if I recall correctly, the machine gun is located on the head of the Tybalt, and so the head just explodes, and that falls apart and crashes into the building across the street. The third one, you start to track your fire back across to the one on the right, and it takes a couple rounds before it gets its shield up and takes cover behind a building, and you stop firing as the to be clear, the Gatling gun around the wrist of the arquebusiers isn't 6 barrels, it's 12 each. And so all 24 barrels are glowing hot as you've opened up with both Gatling guns on the wrists on these 3 Tybalts, getting this crit on great effect.
Wow.
So yeah, I think all 3 of you can hear the heavy rumble of this extended firing of the Avi miniguns up above. What do you all do?
Sorry.
Actually, you know what? I think this might be a good place to stop for the evening, because it's 8:30. Actually, hold on. Quick question, because this could be the end of the mission potentially. Are y'all actually going to pursue and try and find Margrave Elreth, or are you going to cut your losses, so to speak, and take the runts and leave?
I think we can come back for it later. That would be, I think, the logistical answer to that.
Yeah, is there a way
It
to...
just happened. It's too hot.
So you want
Unless Lady Etheros was like, no, you have to get him today.
No, she didn't put on a hard timeline on this. It's more a matter of all your intel is going to no longer be useful. There's a good chance he could have moved on. On top of that, this will technically be a failed mission if you leave now without him in hand, which will make Elreth unpleased and you won't get paid.
Is there a way we could take 2 days and just sleep, and not take a downtime and then come back?
Because I feel like
narrative.
logistically, the big thing is we have to get the runts out. That's the one thing.
Hmm.
If we can get the runts out, we can stay in the field, I think. And it's going to be rough, but it's also a less combat-y mission.
Yeah.
Well, here's the reason that you need to accompany the runts on their escape if you're going now, is that you don't have a transport to get 30 people out of the area. So, I'm going to hand wave your ability to find something between the Magpie and the Arquebusier you have, and anything you're able to beg, barter, or steal along the way if you go with them and end the mission. But if you want to, like, stick around, you're going to have to try and spend that time trying to find something. So...
I think Pitchfork personally does, like, it really sounds like this Margrave person does not want to go back, and I'm against bringing them back for this mission, to be clear.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an iffy choice to take the mission at all, and
Yeah. And this
Yeah.
also got way messier than we expected.
yeah. Like, I think we went into this thinking it would be not low key because we're us, but
Yeah. To be clear, you basically like took a second mission to accomplish in the same time frame so that you could get paid, right? Like that is essentially what happened. Is you said, "We've got a mission we're not getting paid for. Give us another that will give us supplies."
Ask stupid questions, win stupid prizes.
Dredge, what are your thoughts? Are y'all pulling out? You've got your secondary objective. Are you going to call it mission successful? And let Lady Elreth argue that point?
Don't really want to argue with Lady Elreth about anything. I have a thought, which is that I have still, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I still have a slot open on my vehicle gear for passenger space. So a concept is I send the Magpie on its way, carrying as many Rubble Runts as will get into it voluntarily.
I think...
And
Sorry?
and either like I go with or I just send the Magpie away to do so under someone else, probably Pitchfork, your contact in the Runts, whose name I've forgotten.
Layla.
With Layla driving.
So, to be clear, between the passenger space you can declare and the cargo space, you'll be able to
Which I
get...
already have.
I know. You can get all the Runts out. But as a reminder, the cargo space is not habitable.
That's
was it
true.
not established that you've got like oxygen masks and stuff in there?
Yeah, and I literally haven't spent any load in
Yeah.
this session.
So if
'cause
you...
I haven't gotten out of my back. So I can spring for that.
A riding coach, basically.
If you declare the 2 load for an environmental suit, essentially, that you'll hand off to the Runts who go in the body storage space, and then the other half can go in your passenger space, then yeah, that'll get all the Runts out. And Layla will go with them. The fire team of Runts that she brought will stay with y'all if you need them.
I understand the trepidation. I'm just saying logistically it's possible.
If logistically we can do it, then I'm for it. Because I would also like to track this down.
Okay, so it sounds like Scarecrow is for staying to complete or to find Margrave Elreth. Scarecrow says aye. Tower and Pitchfork say nay.
I don't think I'm like directly saying no. I just think I want to go like sleep.
You're ambivalent, but
I
you
want
have
a
some.
nap.
But Pitchfork
Yeah.
I mean,
is a no,
we could
correct?
spend...
It's before the whole we can get the Runts out conversation happened. It was definitely a no. Right now it's like if we can track this person down relatively easily and talk to them and hear what their deal is, and then like figure out if they actually want to go back or not, even though it still does sound like they don't want to, then at that point Pitchfork would make a separate decision about whether to agree with the rest of the squad about bringing them back or not.
Yeah, I think like the do they want to go back is the deciding factor here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we can cross that bridge when we come to it.
Okay, so you're gonna stick with the mission then.
Yep.
Okay, so while Scarecrow is distracting the Tybalts, you load all of the runts into the Magpie, give them the breathing apparati that they require. Layla hops in the cockpit, and as you're swapping places with her, Dredge, she pats you on the back and says, "Thank you. It means a lot that you're helping out our family."
Yeah.
And
Like, it's really terse about it. Doesn't respond really very much at all.
And so they get into the cockpit, and you get out of the Magpie, and she leaves with the Magpie. So it is out for the rest of the mission. You will get it back. She is not going to steal it.
I understand.
And so we will end the session there with Layla and the Runts going off into the sunset, so to speak.
Wiggling to safety.
Wiggling to safety. All right, I'm going to bring us back to the talk screen as we finish up here.
Yellow buddy.
All right, let's do XP since you didn't complete a mission. So for the squad XP, Sasha, if you wouldn't mind keeping track of that.
That's in the logistics or profiteers? It's in
Logistics.
Okay.
So, did
gotcha.
you execute a successful delivery or acquire new clients or contraband sources?
Yes.
Yes, you
Delivered
did.
people.
You delivered some people. Well done.
Did do that.
Yay.
Did you face off against challenges above your pay grade?
Yes.
Also, yes.
Yes, you did. Just as a reminder, the March of Saints, who are the ones in those Tybalts, are tier
fuck.
5. Did
Cool,
you?
and-
I made some friends today.
You made a friend so far. Did
You
you
made good choices.
bolster your squad's reputation or develop a new one? Your reputations are merciful and duplicitous. Take 2 XP.
That's a level up, baby.
You got both. Did you express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the squad?
Funerary rites.
Yes, you.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you did that. And then,
You're not.
Secured some new clientele.
God, yeah, so take another 2 XP for expressing the goals, drives, inner conflict, because I think y'all definitely have an conflict regarding the Myriad itself and working for them.
And also, you did a lot of murder.
Just a
I
ton of
did
murder.
so much murder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. That was a lot of murder.
Okay, Tower. Did you address a challenge with stealth or evasion?
Yes, I climbed a roof.
Yeah, alright, take that XP for avoiding a gunfight by being Spider-Man.
Yay!
Does Tower, use the term NB for themselves?
I think so.
So Spider NB?
Yes. Absolutely.
Alright.
Yikes.
Did you express your history, tragedy, or opening?
Not really.
Okay.
Not this session. I did it last session.
Did you struggle because of your beliefs, scars, or quirks?
I tried to get it across that yes,
Oh,
but
yeah, you did. You cost yourself time threatening that couple in their shanty in the building.
Yeah.
The burden would have taken longer to catch up with you, and that gunfight might not have happened.
I'm gonna level up my consort, so now I have 2 in consort.
Nice. Adrian
Now I
in,
can talk to people.
Adrian in Twitter says Spider Ray the Spider Gay.
There it is. There it is.
Okay. Moving on. Moving
I
on
can't believe you've
to
done this.
Scarecrow. Scarecrow, did you address a challenge with tracking or violence? Take 2 XP. You were making messes of cockpits, just chunky salsa all over the place.
Ugh.
No.
Did you
Gross.
did you express your history, tragedy, or opening? Sounds like probably a no.
I mean, here's the only thing. I'm just like, I'm kind of conflicted because on the one hand, basically any military action does, but like it kind of feels like a technicality at that point because it feels very default. I don't.
Yeah, I think it has to be more specific about like either your your prestige in the academy you're at, or the academy itself, or the differences between like I don't know if you because of the way that your tragedy happened, I don't know if you finished your time at the academy. So I don't know if that would be something that comes up, but yeah, I don't think your history as just being military applies.
I'd say that's fair.
What about your tragedy or opening?
Tragedy opening. In ways that I think would not be explicit or really known to anyone else yet. There's some stuff about losing the squad and so on, but like it hasn't really been discussed yet, so I leave that kind of to your discretion. I have an argument to make for it.
Make the argument.
Okay. So what happened when she was, kind of lost in the cracks of the thing is I think her entire squad, like her, trainee regiment or something, was basically completely lost. And I don't think they were actually brought back, which is part of how she managed to slip through the bureaucratic cracks and be declared dead. So I think... And like this is kind of like a beat that I don't think I actually got to in the description, but I think like she was ready to just leave the guy lying in a heap and then hesitated and turned around to give him the funeral. I don't think I put that into words, but that was a little bit of how I was picturing that in my head.
Okay. Sure, take the 1 XP.
Okay.
All right. Did you struggle because of your beliefs, trauma, or quirks?
As a player, yes. As a character, no.
Okay, Dredge. Did
Hi.
you address a challenge with technical skill or mayhem?
Oh yes.
To make the argument, because I'm not 100% sure about that. I mean, I'm guessing you're probably leaning towards mayhem.
Yes. Huh. Well,
'Cause
I would argue that it does take a bit of technical skill to get a mech into a building without destroying it.
Wiggling into the sunset.
yeah, okay. All right, take an
And also,
XP for
there's
that.
mayhem in scaring the ever-living shit out of armed people with your fucking Nell terror field.
Also valid.
I think that was like a very, in some ways, that was a very controlled situation, though. So take the 1 XP for all of that combined, let's say.
Okay. I'll take it.
Did you express your history, tragedy, or opening?
Not especially. Engaging in a, interacting with the building does not count, I don't think.
No, I don't think you quite got around to working on its architecture. What a career path Dredge has had.
That's a lot.
And did you struggle because of your beliefs, scars, or quirks?
No. So I sort of invoked soft on the conversation, but that was after the fact. It didn't really affect mechanically. So no.
Okay. All right. And Pitchfork, did you address a challenge with piloting or violence?
I tried to do a lot of violence. I don't know if I necessarily succeeded.
I don't think you need to succeed to address it with violence. So take your 2 XP for chucking grenades, throwing fists, and body slamming.
I'm gonna level up prowess.
Okay. Did you express... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I just know I'm gonna put it in finesse because of that whole tripwire thing could have gone better, and I would like to know how to do things like that with my hands better.
Fair. Did you address... Did you express your history, tragedy, or opening?
I would make a case for tragedy, like with the conversation between me and Hannah.
Yep. Take an XP for that.
All right.
And did you struggle because of your beliefs, scars, or quirks?
I don't think so. No.
No. Okay. There we go. That is XP for everyone. And no end of mission stuff. So, thank you everyone so much for joining us on this existential dread-filled mission.
It was eventful.
It was certainly eventful. I'm Austin Ramsey. I am your host and GM for this evening, and I am also the creator of Beam Saber. If you'd like to find the rules for Beam Saber, you can do so at tinyurl.com/beamsaber. If you'd like to financially support its development, you can do so at patreon.com/AUSTINRAMSAY, which is my Patreon. As always, this stream is presented by You Don't Meet in an Inn, an actual play podcast about exploring obscure tabletop role-playing games with a diverse, rotating cast. And you can find that wherever you get your podcasts. This evening, I have been joined by Doc.
Guys, I'm Doc. You can follow me on Twitter and twitch.tv at DoubleDocMD. I stream, I podcast. My podcast is at Movie Morecast. It's a film podcast, and we just released our first ever bonus patron episode, where we look at Iron Man, talk about the Iraq War, the military-industrial complex, and the absolution of the American gun. That was much snappier if I had said it right.
Well, thank you for the effort. Also joining us has been Ray.
Hello, I have been Ray. You can find me on Twitter at RayRayTheGayGay, or I guess I'm going to be putting my first thing out on itch, so I'm at rayinthefog.itch.io.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a game about bog mummies and love. It's going to be out sometime tonight, I think.
Is it part of the record collection game jam?
Yeah.
Nice. Also joining us is Sasha.
Hi, I've been Sasha. You can find me on Twitter at Sasha_Renell. And you can follow my game dev stuff at tcabbage. And also I have 2 games that are part of the record collection. So if you like making galaxies and then screaming in space, you should play those.
Very good. And where can people find those? Just on tcabbage?
Tcabbage will find it. My itch URL is bad. It's 22to22.itch or whatever.
Okay.
The end of that is. Yep.
Awesome. And of course, Takuma has been with us as well.
Hey, it's Takuma. My Twitter is, as usual, at Takuma_Okada_. And I don't know if I'm going to finish my record collection game by the deadline, but it'll be out sometime this month. It is a really kind of personal 2-person LARP inspired by Your Name. That is a collection of 27 different microgames / pieces of microfiction that are meant to be played concurrently with each track of the soundtrack album by Radwimps.
Go big, I guess. Yeah.
Awesome. Very good. All right. So, thank you everyone once again for joining us. We will be back again next week, Tuesday at 6 p.m. EST, where we will probably conclude this mission by finding Margrave Elreth, hopefully not getting murdered by the March of Saints. And between now and then, I want you to remember to fight the war and not the soldiers. See you later.